Hello, and welcome to coverage of custom standard casual matches. Today we're going to be watching a match between Matt and FrogMaker. So it looks like Matt is on some sort of Bant Super Friends? I can't tell because I've never seen Tamio played, never seen Lose played. So can't really guess what this could be. Meanwhile, on FrogMaker's end, it looked kind of like I don't know, like Jund Aristocrats mid-range type thing. Keeping here tells me that he probably has the 2-mana enchantment from Rakoa, which creates a 1/1 elemental on your upkeep. Because without that, I don't see why Frog would keep a hand with 3 lands and a Bog Rebirth and a Whoopip decomposition. Like, that feels like it wouldn't be a sensible keep unless he has that hit off of a Zuluf Rights. So meanwhile, Matt is dropping a fetch land and passing. Matt's earliest play is turn 3. Ooh, and the top decked Sacrificial Bull from FrogMaker is really good. And Matt having that fetch, FrogMaker could proc Sacrificial Bull next turn. I mean, of course, assuming that Frog wouldn't rather Zuluf Rights for the Bitter Blossom variant, or keep up Whoopip decomposition in case Matt has removal. Yeah, Matt is playing a tap line and passing. Earliest play is Tempered Occlum turn 3 or writing into something, but I think I want to have a blocker with Tempered Occlum. And so FrogMaker is going to exile the fetch land, pump Sacrificial Bull, and then attack into the Lion's Den. Yeah, this is really strong. I guess the only question is what to grab. I don't know. It depends on how much FrogMaker is willing to play the tempo game, because Tamio and Lose are really strong, but Tempered Onclum can gain Matt the life back and block, while writing is good card advantage. I don't know what I'd pick here, honestly. I feel like maybe Tempered Onclum and then hope to have something to deal with Lose. No, so FrogMaker is going to grab Lose. Meanwhile, Matt is going to tap out not for Tempered Onclum, but for writing. Interesting. It draws into a Farseek, which, with 3 other lands in hand, probably not what he's looking for. But can't untap next turn and then play. I forget that writing needs 2 more modes before Farseek gets cheapened. Meanwhile, FrogMaker top decking to a mountain. Yeah, and perfectly content to just keep attacking for 3. Probably because is he going to Zuluf Rights main 2? Or just hold up Bog Rebirth or Whoopip decomposition in case Matt draws into removal. If I'm predicting right, So if I'm predicting right and the Bitter Blossom is what FrogMaker has off of this, I guess not casting it right now does make sense, because you want to have the green up to be able to sacrifice Sacrificial Bull. But I guess Whoopip decomposition does it better, essentially. So Matt is going to tap 3 for Tempered Onclum. Tap 4 for what? What is it? I feel like Farseek plus Wander the Unknown is a pretty good line here. But I guess Wander isn't very good on Sacrificial Bull for the reasons we described. Imperator Namuzar. This is a weird build, I will say. It's like Bant Control. So yeah, Matt is going to play Tempered Onclum, gain up 3 life. And then probably next turn could play a land, play Tamio, and really get going. Interesting. So FrogMaker is just gonna germinate the Sacrificial Bull. This makes it larger than the Tempered Onclum, so it won't trade when attacking. Is FrogMaker gonna sacrifice it? Weird, and is gonna, I guess, gain 2, draw 2. I don't agree with that. I feel like what FrogMaker should have done there is attacked for. Oh no, I forgot. Because Bog Rebirth makes it come back if it dies. That is spicy tech. So loses the +1/+1 counter, but gets to draw 2. Arcologize is like reasonably good for dealing with walkers, not gonna lie. I think you save it and use it on the Tameo. Meanwhile, I think does he attack into the Tempered Onclum? That's the question, isn't it? I guess so. Attacking into the Tempered Onclum. And as Matt decides to block because Matt feels pretty safe trading here because Matt feels like he'll be on the advantage because he gets to drop a Tameo next turn. And interesting that I feel like in response, FrogMaker should have cracked the Sacrificial Bull or played Whoop Decomposition. Or I guess neither of those would have actually killed Tempered Onclum. Never mind. Still. So Matt is going to be tapping 4 for Tameo because, fun fact, Tameo or writing reduces the cost of non-creature permanents by 1. Oh, and Tameo's +1 can target anything? Oh, that's a problem. Okay, that's definitely a problem. Because this is cutting FrogMaker off green. So FrogMaker can't cast this Arcologize. In fact, FrogMaker can't cast anything in his hand except for the Whoop Decomposition. And the Whoop Decomposition doesn't even work because FrogMaker has no creatures. This is like a really bad spot for FrogMaker to be in. And yeah, it just has to pass. And this turn, Matt gets to untap, tap down. And that's clean Slate. Yeah, there's no reason not to just go for it now. Gonna tap 5. Clean Slate. I think maybe you should have +1 to Tameo first just to tap down on land because now you have to tap down writing, I guess. And yeah, just has a land to break parity. Play Farseek costs 1 because of writing. This is insane. So much parity being broken. And then yeah, I think just +1. Oh, I guess I forgot that Lion's in 6th round. So it does have an opponent's target. And yeah, it takes another turn because of the clean slate, drawing in 2 planes, but then can cast Farseek on 1 and then still have Wander the Unknown up. And then Tameo gets to gets to just keep ticking up. Tameo's ult doesn't quite win. It's good, but it doesn't quite win. Like, it doesn't win on the spot. So Matt's definitely gonna have to just draw into enough lands to be able to cast Imperator Namazar, and then just at that point, Matt solidly wins. And yeah, FrogMaker has no lands in hand. He just has to go to end and pass. And I don't even know what outs FrogMaker can play to here. If FrogMaker gets a land, Matt just keeps tapping it down with Tameo. And if Frog gets a creature, okay, well that's a land. I guess the good part about this is if Matt tries to target the land with Tameo, in response, Frog can crack the fetch and then search for a different land. But it depends is Frog seeing that line? Yeah, Frog's going to crack it in response. Then I guess next turn, if Frog draws into a green land, can cast it Arcologize. Oh no, yeah, if Frog draws into an untapped land, but doesn't. And now Matt can just keep tapping down this land. Yeah, Frog's just going to say game 2. Not much you can do there. Okay, so going into game 2, let's look at these opening hands. Matt almost snap mulling that one. I didn't even get to see what it was. Meanwhile, Frog has Degradation to be able to kill writing and I guess the O-rings, which probably going to fix with the Shadowed Pillar. And then turn 2 can cast Sacrificial Bull and then just hope to draw more lands from there to curve out into Death Pit Stalker and then Whoop It Bruiser. And yep, grabbing a green land with the fetch. Minister of Zealot. So I guess now the question becomes Sacrificial Bull or Minister of Zealots, and I think the answer is probably okay. I was wrong. So Minister of Zealots just to get that immediate 1 damage in. And I guess also Minister of Zealots is way better with Death Pit Stalker. So if FrogMaker draws a land next turn, that's just going to be a good curve because then you attack with the Cleric, and then sacrifice it to Deathbit's Hawker. So basically every cleric essentially deals 2 damage, gains 1 life, pumps the Hawker. Meanwhile, Matt is going to be tapping for Sylvan Ritualist. So now that I get that this is a clean slate deck, lots of the cards make a lot more sense. Writing can dig for clean slate and cheapens how much it costs. Having mana dorks is good because it allows you to have like a way to generate mana that doesn't involve lands. Planeswalkers are good because they're permanents that generate iterative value which can stay on the field, and if Mac needs to run wipes, they don't get hit by them. So stuff like that. Meanwhile, unfortunately, FrogMaker doesn't draw a 3rd land, so it should be forced to attack with the Cleric and then main 2 just play Sacrificial Bull. I think the Acidic Slime is like pretty good in this matchup, but again, like not hitting walkers I guess hurts a lot. And Mac draws into a Losei, so probably just gonna play Mana Confluence, tap out for writing, and then because it doesn't have the mana to play Talia this turn, because it needs double blue. So yeah. So tapping out for writing, let's see what Matt draws off of it. Sunpetal Grove. Not another blue land, unfortunately. Meanwhile, that's the 3rd land that FrogMaker needed, but it enters the battlefield tapped. So FrogMaker will have to wait yet another turn. I think FrogMaker, though, will probably just attack in. Or no, it's going to Degradation the writing. Yep, here we go. Degradation's the writing. And then it's going to attack in with... I think just attacking with everything makes sense because you break parity that way. Also, I forgot that Sylvan Ritualist could have fixed for blue there to be able to cast Talia. Or cast Losei that very turn. But yeah, I guess FrogMaker is not willing to give up this board just yet. Swings out only with the Cleric. And yeah, because FrogMaker casts Degradation, the Cleric sticks around. Because, the Minister of Zealots just keeping those Clerics around, And Matt draws another land. This is a fetch land, but probably doesn't want to play it because of Sacrificial Bull. So Matt is going to be tapping out for Losei. And then +1 on which one? Sacrificial Bull or Minister? Minister. Okay, so that way Minister can't create another token. That does mean FrogMaker can tap out for Whoopip Bruiser, kill Sylvan Ritualist, and then germinate onto Sacrificial Bull so that the Cleric and the Bull together can kill Losei. So that's a strong play. Of course, it depends on whether FrogMaker sees that line. And yep, tapping out for Whoopip Bruiser, germinating onto Sacrificial Bull, killing Sylvan Ritualist, and then swings out to kill the Losei. Yep, here comes the damage. Losei dies. And Matt is really on the back foot here. Can't drop Talia next turn can't drop Talia next turn, so has to drop writing. Does have enough mana for Tamiyo. That is a strong play. And ticking up to 5 is strong. So probably taps down Sacrificial if he plays Tamiyo. Oh no, he's just gonna be tapping out for writing. But I was just thinking if Tamiyo +1's in Sacrificial Bull, FrogMaker still swings out with Minister, Whoopip Bruiser, and the Cleric to kill. The Cleric should be dead though because FrogMaker didn't cast an instant or sorcery last turn. So that's definitely something that they've missed. Oof, but yeah, start of combat here. Going to be attacking out for 9 damage in total. That puts Matt down to 6 life, dead on board next turn. Yeah, okay, so Matt is now realizing that the Cleric should have died last turn. So instead, it's going to be taking 8 damage, putting him down to 7, which is still dead on board next turn. Oh, that's why the Cleric didn't die. Interesting, because Minister of Zealot's ability doesn't count because it's still a land from the Losei ability. Oh, that's such a cool interaction. And then main 2... Oh, wait. Does Matt just die? Wait, so... Wait. Main 2, play Deathpit's Hawker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's another creature, so can't sacrifice Death Pit Soccer to itself. That's unfortunate. So is 1 damage off from being able to kill Matt this turn. I don't think it matters though, unless Matt draws into a wipe next turn. Like I don't think that there's anything that FrogMaker, that there's any line that Matt has that can beat FrogMaker here. So yeah, FrogMaker's just going to eat the Cleric tokens, pump Death Pit Soccer up to a 5/4, and then ping Matt for 2. On end, I think Matt is searching, for a blue land. Now has the double blue to cast Tamiyo, but I don't... And that's the top deck wipe! That was literally such a lucky top deck for Matt. Oh my god. I'm salty on behalf of FrogMaker. That's crazy. Okay, but yeah, just gonna find... Oh wait, no. Does Matt still... No, Matt takes 3 damage here. So gonna Final Verdict, Minister of Zealots, Sacrificial Bull, and Whoopip Bruiser die. Death Pit Hawker dies, but then Matt gets drained for 3. Is there any... So FrogMaker's ideal top deck would be another Minister of Zealots. No, gets an Arcologize instead. And can't cast any creatures. Probably just goes Degradation on the writing, and then saves Arcologize for a Walker. Yep. Oh god, and Master of Marlborough for Matt. Probably play Tamiyo, tap down FrogMaker's red land, and then just go from there. No, it's playing another writing. Okay. Another Final Verdict. God, no, stop. Stop, he's already dead. Okay, so has Sacrificial Bull. Still doesn't have any way to, like, Matt just plays Master or Tamiyo next turn, and then kills the Bull, is the unfortunate part. So tapping 4 for Tamiyo? Or no, 5, I guess, going to go Master of Marlborough. And that is better, because though Matt doesn't know it, that dodges the Arcologize that FrogMaker has. So, And then, what is... Yeah, FrogMaker doesn't have the out of Minister of Zealots anymore. Yeah, just drawing Rootbound Crag. Probably, probably the plan is just play Whoopip Bruiser, and then, but Whoopip Bruiser still can't kill Master of Marlborough. So I think Whoopip Bruiser Germinate, so that way, if Matt doesn't have another blocker, FrogMaker can get through, I think is the line. Yeah, the problem is that Matt has Final Verdict, Imperator Namazar, and Tamiyo, and therefore has this game pretty much locked down. Like, does Matt have enough mana to just go Final Verdict into Tamiyo? Because I feel like that is... Because letting Matt keep creatures around is like... letting FrogMaker keep creatures around is dangerous. Like, even if you Tamiyo +1 them, and then have a blocker for another, if FrogMaker top decks a Death Pit Hawker, then Matt just loses. So I think... but Matt does not have the mana to do that, because Matt could do that if this land wasn't a mana confluence. So I think maybe instead Final Verdict, or attack with Master of Marlborough to try and get some damage in. Then Final Verdict, Talia, or actually you could play Talia first. Master of Marlborough, exiling something, and then could actually with Talia instead could I guess just exile Master of flicker Master of Marlborough, cloister Whoopip Bruiser. Yep. Still feel like Matt should have Final Verdict, because that's an Eerie Bayou. Unfortunately, I think the line with FrogMaker has is arcologize the Talia, and then hold up Whoopip decomposition for the Saproling, and then on end Whoopip decomposition the Saproling in hopes of has enough mana to Whoopip decomposition Saproling and cast Death Talker next turn. So Matt has conceded? What? Arcologize is non-creature. So you can't do that. So I guess they're going to game 3, even though Matt didn't really lose that game. Okay, so it looks like the consensus is, even though FrogMaker didn't really win game 2 because Arcologize is non-creature permanent, not creatures, so Matt conceded too early, they're still going to play out a game 3. So both players seem to be keeping at 7. FrogMaker's mana base is it feels too slow for how aggressive his deck wants to be, and it feels like it also has too high a curve with stuff like Acidic Slime. Even though those cards are good, they don't feel like cards that fit into this deck. Meanwhile, okay, let's see. Matt's earliest play is writing next turn, but I think Matt is okay with that. Meanwhile, FrogMaker is going to probably grab a green land here, play a Sacrificial Bull next turn, and that with the add colorless of the Shadowed Pillar, and then the turn after that. Oh, Forest makes this a lot easier. Can play Razor Vine or Sacrificial Bull. Is going to play Sacrificial Bull first though. And Matt tapping out for writing. Yep. And already has the Clean Slate in hand. Now really just needs to land some way to clean FrogMaker's board. But what that really involves is probably is going to need a wipe for that, because FrogMaker is going to tap out for Razorvine Abomination here, and then next turn Lautrec, and probably can despair. And there's the problem with Lautrec is, of course, will Matt get to enough mana to be able to cast a wipe before FrogMaker can Lautrec? Because FrogMaker now on end cracks Shadowed Pillar, grabs a black land, next turn plays Lautrec. The problem is, on Matt's next turn, Matt can just Cycle of Creation before FrogMaker can untap with Lautrec and attack. So I think Matt probably... So I think Frog's line is hold back the Razorvine Abomination, and then play Lautrec, and then threaten to basically be able to attack and despair Lautrec next turn. Meanwhile, Matt untaps, plays a land, casts a Cycle of Creation for 5 mana because of writing, exiles everything, and just feels pretty safe at that point. FrogMaker has no other creatures in hand. Of course, Matt doesn't know that. But without any other creatures in hand, FrogMaker pretty much just loses, I think. I think it would be wrong not to play Cycle of Creation here, because you play Cycle of Creation now, next turn you play Clean Slate. Clean Slate generates a human token off of the Cycle of Creation, and you're left with the board, they're left with nothing, and you can just slowly ping them to death with your 1/1. Anyways, so Matt does play Cycle of Creation, exiling Lautrec, Sacrificial Bull, all of that. It looks like in response, Frog is going to sack the Bull. So that does give Cycle of Creation 1 less counter. Bog Rebirth, unfortunately, wouldn't have helped there. If it was Final Verdict, definitely would have helped. But nope. Does top deck an Acidic Slime, but can't play it until his next turn, because Eerie Bayou enters tapped. I don't know what Frog can get off of the Sazulav rights. Might be worth trying to search for something now, because Frog doesn't know this, but Matt has the Clean Slate and is probably just going to tap out for Clean Slate next turn. Matt could get greedy and then play low save first and then tap out for Clean Slate, but no. FrogMaker isn't using the Zulav rights. So yeah, I think just tap out, Clean Slate, get a Get like a 1/1 human. No, never mind. Matt is gonna get greedy and then play writing, play Lose, and then pass probably. Forgets to generate a human with each of these. Unless Matt is deliberately not generating a human token, which I think I don't. Why would you do that? Yep, okay, making the humans now. And probably it's gonna -2 Lose, draw a card, make a creature. Ooh, Woopip Wanderer is good. I think both of these are just good. And this is why Matt should have like just clean, because my philosophy is if you have a way to get a win con on the board and you have clean slate, just go for it. Even if, because FrogMaker like sure has like a kind of low curve, but like in the long run you're gonna like break parity with like cycle creation once you just like draw lands and do stuff, and you get an extra turn anyways. Like I don't know, and you have the writings to make you have like a writing to make your stuff cheaper. Now Frog gets to untap, cast this Woopip Wanderer, and then it just leaves you in like a bad place. I guess though, like can just Lose the Woopip Wanderer, but then the petals make it so that like Frogmaker has like potentially another cast of something even after Matt clean slates. So now I think Matt has to try and play a fair game, which Matt might still win, but it's just a lot grindier and a lot less like the hot button I win on the spot kind of thing. So maybe okay, so it's now gonna clean slate? Yep, okay. And then probably use Lose to turn Woopip Wanderer into a land, and then attack for 3. And then next turn, Frogmaker can cast something for 3, probably like a Death Pit Soccer or something, and then that's 2 threats on board. Matt does have like a decent number of lands here, though. I think playing the Tropical Channel was the wrong move. Probably should have played a white land first, so that has access to Wander the Unknown. Oh yeah, and should have like because it becomes a land, so should have just like Lose +1'd it, and then it would have died to the clean slate. Yep. Instead, why is he Losing his own human to have Wander the Unknown up? Okay. Okay.jpg. Yeah, Frogmaker just passes back. Now Matt, like the human is no longer a land. Has double Wander the. I think yeah, just play. I guess if you're scared of Frog drawing into a win con, or like I don't know, I really feel like just play a Plains, Wander the Unknown. No, why? Just play a Plains, Wander the Unknown, the Woopip Wanderer. Even if Frog draws into another creature, you have another Wander the Unknown, which is why Matt should have played a Plains or a Glacial Fortress last turn instead of Tropical Channel into Tropical Channel. I don't get it. I mean, okay, sure, it could just be like, I have already won the game because I've clean slated, but like, I don't know, that just it feels sloppy. And now Frogmaker can cast the Arcologize off the petals, and then probably Arcologize Lose. Of course, as soon as Frogmaker spends this mana, Matt is just going to Wander the Unknown, the Woopip Wanderer, and I think that just kind of ends the game. Nope. Okay, so I guess Frogmaker is holding out for a third land to be able to start germinating, or not a third land, but another land plus the petals. Or like wants to Zulav Rights for something. Like Frog has had Zulav Rights in like every game so far, but hasn't cast it. I guess if it's just for Arcologize, I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so Matt now has essentially 4 mana because can Lose one of his own things, and then also everything costs 2 less except for this Imperator Namazar, basically. So it's going to -2 Lose again, and then just swing in with the Spirit. It's a slow clock. Meanwhile, Frogmaker's deck is furiously refusing to give him lands. I wish. Okay, so the problem is Frogmaker is holding out for something because I think Frogmaker is thinking that they have outs if they draw a land, which, like, I think playing a game, like, I think there's times when, like, you keep holding on for the out, and there are times when you just, like, accept that a game is over, and I think that this game is pretty solidly over. Oh yeah, okay, so now uses Lose to turn Whoopip Wanderer into a thing, is gonna clean slate again. This kills the Whoopip Wanderer. Matt also loses all of his lands and the ability to cast Wander the Unknowns. But you know what? Go ahead, go off. I guess Lose can turn a writing into a land to be able to cast Wander the Unknown, and can attack for 5 here, so it puts FrogMaker on a 3-turn clock. Okay, interesting. So Lose is gonna +1 on an actual land to make it, because it's a fetch land, but turns into an actual land. Meanwhile, FrogMaker untaps, doesn't even draw, just passes back to Matt. I think you should draw a card there, dude. Yeah, I think FrogMaker should just concede at this point. And finally, FrogMaker hits a land. It's a miracle. What is he going to cast off of it that can actually win off of this board situation? Nope, just going to pass. Okay. Meanwhile, Matt draws into a third Wander the Unknown. We are truly seeing the meaning of the word overkill. Fortunately, this will hopefully be over next turn, so we have to, because next turn, Matt just attacks for 5. And he's going to -2 Lose. So even if FrogMaker has a piece of removal for the spirit, that still wins next turn. God, the problem is if FrogMaker draws into... No. The problem is if FrogMaker no, actually it's fine. If FrogMaker draws into a land and plays Whoopip Bruiser, it's fine. Because FrogMaker didn't draw into a land, so... Okay, finally. Good games. Matt wins effectively 3-0 over FrogMaker. Until next time, this is Caillou signing off.